Hi, I'm Matt Murphy. I'm the VP of IBISWorld's commercial banking division. I've been with IBISWorld for almost 10 years now, serving our 500 plus banking and credit union clients across the US and Canada. Today, I'm joined by Jocelyn Phillips, who's been with IBISWorld for a little over 10 years. She is our Executive Vice President of Product Development and really working with our clients to collect feedback and make sure that IBISWorld is delivering as much value as possible to our banking and credit union clients based on our client experience. Today, we're just going to be going through some enhancements that IBISWorld has made to our industry research database and what we're dubbing the modern research experience. So what we're going to cover in this brief video is just what we've been hearing from our banking and credit union clients over the past couple of years, why we've decided to make some of the updates to our platform, and really at the end of the day, how that's going to help relationship managers, credit analysts, portfolio managers, really just more effectively help their bank find more business, mitigate credit risk, and get the most out of their IBISWorld license. So with that being said, I'm going to kick things over to Jocelyn and talk a little bit about some of that feedback that we received and some of the improvements we've been able to make recently.
Awesome. Thanks, Matt. Yeah, as the head of our product development function here at IBISWorld, I'm really excited to introduce these changes to the market and to our commercial banking users today. We've always been customer obsessed at IBISWorld. We've long valued how much our users are willing to tell us about their pain points. And we've prided ourselves on having world-class CRMs who are working with those users to learn more and more about their needs every day. And about 2 years ago, on the back of that, we undertook sort of a deep dive into customer feedback to really understand how we can continue to evolve the IBISWorld platform to meet the needs of the ever-changing digital landscape for any information provider. So what that means is we did a deep dive into our existing customer feedback. We ran interviews and quantitative surveys across hundreds of users in the US, Canada, and across our global business arms. And what we learned from a result of that deep dive are the four, resulted in the four IBISWorld brand principles that you see on the screen here today. Our users essentially told us that one of our biggest selling points here at IBISWorld, which is our breadth of insightful industry coverage, also had a downside, which is that we have so much information on our site that it can be difficult for users to access exactly what they need as quickly as possible to make confident decisions, whether you're speaking to a client, building a credit memo, analyzing risk, or supporting a business's strategic functions. Thankfully, in the commercial banking space specifically, IBISWorld had already started exploring how we could meet these needs through the platform that our banking users know as My IBISWorld for Banking. So My IBISWorld for Banking was launched back in the summer of 2021, and as you all know, it offers some personalized viewpoints into our content suite aimed at real-world banking use cases. What's exciting about the modern research experience that we're going to show you today is that it really owes a lot to the feedback that we've heard from users, particularly in the banking space, since we launched that experience a couple of years ago. So what is the modern research experience? At the end of the day, it's the IBISWorld that you know and love, but better. So Matt's going to walk you through all the specifics in a demo at the end of this, so I won't get into the details too much right now. But I do want to highlight a few changes that I personally have been really excited to bring to our users based on what we've heard from them. So first of all, you'll see up at the top that enhanced at a glance chapter. That's something that our banking users have had access to for a few years now. With the launch of the modern research experience, you'll see new features in that at a glance that make it even easier for you to get what you need. We've also introduced some new content based on how user behaviors that we've learned over time, how users are navigating to the rest of our site from the banking at a glance. You'll also notice that throughout all of our analysis sections, our analysts here in-house have been working over the past year to convert what was traditionally longer form paragraph or page style analysis into more consistent list style bullet point formats. This is something we heard directly from users across the commercial banking space and in some of our other core verticals as well, which was that in today's digital economy, a lot of our users don't have the time to navigate paragraphs or pages of text to find the specific bullet points and most important industry trends that they need. With the new highlights and key takeaways section, that third bullet point, we've taken some of those most important insights that our analysts have now converted into these insights and put them right at the top of the page alongside some of the key industry metrics for both the at a glance and in each industry report chapter. But the update that I'm probably most excited about is something that it's not just a look and feel thing. It's not a design thing. It's not even a new content thing. It's the frequency with which our analysts will now be able to update our reports. So traditionally, IBISWorld users have been able to rely on the fact that IBISWorld reports are updated anywhere from 1 to 4 times per year. But we've actually been hard at work behind the scenes updating our content management and content delivery systems, which mean that with the launch of My IBISWorld, every user upon login will notice that reports are more frequently updated, and that's only going to continue to increase once the platform has launched. So our in-house analysts today will be able to inject the most important, up-to-date, relevant, timely insights on a daily, weekly, monthly basis as industries evolve, which means that our users, every time they log in, are going to be able to access the most important, up-to-date information at the top of the page for every industry in any country. So we know that users across IBISWorld's banking client base value IBISWorld's breadth, but we also know that no two jobs are exactly the same and that everyone's looking for something a little bit different. So we've also introduced some user experience and website features that allow every user to shape their IBISWorld experience to their individual professional needs. So what this means is we've introduced new homepage features and navigation elements aimed at narrowing IBISWorld's rich world of content to meet your specific use case and the job that you need to get done that day. You'll also find a variety of new and refreshed options when it comes to using our information off platform. So the simple examples are things like new PowerPoint slides, new PDFs, new Word documents, but we've also introduced new options for exporting charts. We've made it easier to copy and paste text. So any time that you need to use IBISWorld's content in your own workflow, in your own workspaces, integrated into your own artifacts, that's going to be easier on day one with the launch of the Modern Research Experience. And last but not least, we're introducing a new integrated help center right on the My IBISWorld platform. So what that means is no matter what page of the IBISWorld platform you're on, you're always going to have a help center right in the bottom right corner that you can go to ask for anything from details about your account, how we source information in our reports, maybe some definitions of some of the terms that we use. It'll be right there alongside for easy access, and you can always use that to access your CRM as well. So I'll pass it back over to you, Matt, to get into it and actually show this stuff off.
Sure. Thanks, Jocelyn. So moving forward, when a user logs into My IBISWorld for banking, they're going to see this new homepage that you see here. Yes, it has a nice new logo, but some of the enhancements that we've made to the homepage include watch list. This was previously called bookmarks, but you still have the ability to bookmark any industries you'd like by adding them to your bookmarks here. So if you're a banker that finds themselves working in certain industries more often than others, you can add those industries to your bookmarks, be alerted when they're updated, be able to access those industries as easily as you'd like right from your watch list. We also have a new recently viewed tab where you can see the industries that you've looked at recently. And also what's pretty exciting, we have this new trending tab, which will actually show you the industry reports that are being viewed the most often by IBISWorld users across the US and Canada. So that's a great trending tab just to see, what other bankers are thinking about, what other industries are really popular with IBISWorld users. You still get access to all of our great commercial banking and credit union content right here where you see industry insider articles. You can actually also access those articles up here under resources where you can see the industry insider blog here. We also have some great new lists and articles about different industries, whether you're looking for the fastest growing industries, the industries that are importing and exporting the most. And then all the way over here to the right, you can see that help center that Jocelyn alluded to earlier. So if you click into our help center here, you're going to get a lot of great training videos and training content just to make sure you're getting most out of the IBISWorld product and understand, how other banks and credit unions are using our platform. So that's really some of the updates to the homepage itself. As an example, we'll jump into an industry report. One of the perennially popular reports that we have for bankers is our hotels and motels report. So if I click into that, what we'll be able to see are some of our new at-a-glance views or role-specific views that we have for our banking clients. The first view that we have here is called Shareable Insights. This was previously just called our Industry tab, but what we've really heard from a lot of our banking clients was that they want to have insights that they can share with clients, whether it's a leave behind in a meeting or you want to email a client an update about what's going on in their industry. This is going to be a view that's tailored to just providing some key takeaways and key industry trends that are up to date to your customers. So this is a great way to be a value add to your clients, share with them some industry insights and really have a jumping off point for conversations with clients. And as far as downloading this goes, you can see that icon's right over here, and some of those great new download capabilities that Jocelyn talked about are included here. Download the full industry report in a variety of formats, ranging from PDF, Word, and Excel, all the way to PowerPoint, which is brand new. That's something that a lot of our clients have been asking for. So you now have a way to share an industry presentation with a client. Or if you just want to download a single chapter, you can do that in PDF or Word form as well. The other tab that we've added is what's called Meeting Prep. This was previously just called our Lending tab, but we understand the application for industry research extends far beyond lending. So whether you're a lender or a business banker, a treasury management professional, or even a credit analyst that's client-facing, this tab is really going to be what you need to get up to speed on a client industry and prepare for a client-facing meeting. So the first thing you get here are some of our great call prep questions. We'll provide those here, but of course you can click into these and get a whole litany of to just position yourself as an industry expert when you're in that client-facing meeting. Key takeaways, industry trends, as well as now cost structure benchmarks. So if you're looking to just understand how your client's financials compare to industry averages, you can get the industry cost structure through this meeting prep view, as well as some of our new state and local content. So this will show you a breakdown of the industry's establishments and revenue based on their concentration across the 50 states. So I can actually click into these states. I can learn more about, let's say, the hotels and motels industry in Texas just by clicking on the state of Texas. This new state and county level information is something IBISWorld launched a little over a year ago, and something we've been getting a ton of great feedback on. We know that having information about what's going on in your backyard is really important. So we're not just providing industry research at the national level, we're really to the state and county level now, so you can have more impactful conversations with your customers. If I go back into the industry report here, we still have things like financial ratios and a SWOT analysis as part of this meeting prep view, as well as an executive summary that can really help you just get up to speed on where the industry has been the past couple of years, where it is right now, and where we expect it to head over the next 5 years. IBISWorld's value proposition for commercial lenders and business bankers continues to be that you can not only talk to a client about what's going on in their industry right now, but what's expected to happen in the industry over the next 5 years. Our industry outlook and our industry forecasts are all still provided through the new site. After our meeting prep view, if I scroll back up here, we have another tab called Credit Analysis. This was previously called Underwriting. And that's exactly what it sounds like. This is really going to be the tab for credit analysts and underwriters that are underwriting commercial loans. And that is a place where they're going to be able to get some of those key industry benchmarks. So being able to compare a business's revenue growth to the industry average, how does their profit margin compare? How do some of those key industry financial ratios compare, as well as what's the current risk score for the industry? IBISWorld provides a 1 to 9 risk score for every single industry that we report on, and that number of industry is actually over 1,500 now. So you're going to get up-to-date risk scores on a number of different industries. If you want to view the full risk report, all you have to do is click into the risk snapshot, and you'll be able to access a full risk rating report on that particular industry. Our risk rating reports continue to be one of the most heavily used sections of our database by credit analysts that are really looking to understand what risks are inherent in a particular industry over the next 12 to 18 months specifically. Yes, it's important to know what the risks are of the industry when you're pricing the loan or approving the loan. But we really want to help our banking clients understand what is the risk associated with an industry in the future over the term of that loan, and how can you mitigate risk over the term of the loan, most importantly. Down towards the bottom here of that same credit analysis view, we've also added our segment benchmarking tool to the credit analysis view. What segment benchmarking allows our credit analyst clients to do is to compare a customer's business to other businesses in that industry of a similar size. An example that we like to use at IBISWorld is the breweries industry, for instance. Let's say you're working with a local craft brewer and you're looking through their financial statements, their tax returns. You don't want to compare those financials to a Miller Coors or an Anheuser-Busch. You want to make sure you're comparing them to other businesses of a similar size. So by clicking into our segment benchmarking section from the credit analysis view, you can get a much better understanding of how your customer compares to businesses that have a similar number of employees, are bringing in a similar amount of revenue, and you're getting a much more apples to apples comparison, as opposed to comparing a large business to a smaller one or a smaller one to a larger one. Back into the role-specific views, the last one that we have here is our portfolio analysis view. And from here, this is where you're going to get a lot of the information that's most important for portfolio managers, risk managers, anyone that is looking holistically at the commercial portfolio. This is really going to help you understand not only what the current risk scores are for any NAICS codes in your portfolio, but what are those risk trends? How does the current risk score compare to previous risk scores? Is the risk in the industry trending upward or downward? So you can, go into our full risk rating reports just like you can from the credit analysis view, but you can also go down into our early warning system, and you can download the early warning system, which is a spreadsheet of all the NAICS codes that we cover and what those trends are related to that. So if you're looking to plug that into any risk models that you have, that's really important for anyone that's looking, again, holistically at the bank or credit union's commercial portfolio. These at-a-glance views were really designed to give you quick and easy access to the information that we know these roles need based on their feedback provided us. However, we still have a full table here to the left-hand side that can help you dig even deeper into the industry. So if you want to go beyond the snapshot that is provided through these different views and say, look at the overall industry performance and really dive into some of our analysis about the industry, you can click into these chapters, these full chapters on the left-hand side of every industry report and really look at more of that analysis that we're providing. So Jocelyn had mentioned that we're taking on more of a bullet point approach to our analysis. We know that our clients are not always, having the most time to dig into an industry report, and having the analysis done bullet point form delivers quick and simple answers to questions about the industry without having to read paragraph upon paragraph about what's going on in the industry. So really meant to just make the information more digestible, more actionable. So all that to say is that all of these chapters and all this content can be viewed from the left-hand side table of contents in here. As always, every bank or credit union that subscribes to IBISWorld has their own client relationship manager. If you have any questions about, how to access the database, what changes we've made beyond what was covered in this video, I encourage you just to reach out to your client relationship manager. They would be happy to give you a more tailored demonstration of the modern research experience, available to answer questions, set up new users at your bank or credit union. Of course, if you're watching this video and you're not an IBISWorld client, we'd encourage you to visit our webpage and submit any inquiries that you have about using it. We can potentially help your institution. But that is a quick summation of IBISWorld's new modern research experience. Jocelyn, I really appreciate you taking the time to watch this video, and we're looking forward to everyone's feedback. Thanks.
Thanks.